Now, this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute. Just sit right there and I'll tell you how I became the Detective of Appalachia. So there I was, standing outside of Vault 76 thinking about what a wild ride these past few years have been. Taking on giant bugs, super mutants, and the Scorch while retracing the steps of the Overseer. I still haven't found her. I don't even know if she's still alive. I thought that if I came back to this place, where it all started, I could find some perspective. I just wish someone would give me a sign. Here's one. The Wayward, opening soon. Food, drinks, rooms, refuge. Conveniently located at the corner of 86 and 88. All kinds welcome. The Wayward, huh? Sounds promising. I'll make my way there, but first, I'll talk to my old pal, Pennington.
Oh, sir! Those young ladies down there.
Young ladies?
A vault dweller? Hey there!
Hey, ladies.
You came out of the vault, right? I thought it was empty. Wait, is the door still open?
The door had been sealed shut after I left the vault, so to encourage all of us to forge ahead and begin rebuilding Appalachia, instead of retreating back into the safety of Vault 76. The door is sealed tight. No one's getting in.
Son of a bitch, we missed our chance. We really needed that. We got a tip from the Wayward. Heard of the place? New bar down the road. So this guy told us that
After you gave him the last of our caps?
And he said that inside that vault is the... You know, that's where the big one is. Our last chance to turn our lousy luck around.
The big one? What are you talking about?
You know, the thing that brought everyone back. The treasure.
There's a treasure out here.
Well, yeah, there was this big broadcast, but shouldn't you know it was in there?
I told you, Lacey. The guy was scamming us.
But those were the last of our caps.
So it seems someone made a broadcast across the wasteland telling everyone that there is a treasure inside Appalachia, which is what led these impressionable dames here, only to be grifted by some con artist at the Wayward. I'm not one to be allured by the prospect of fame and fortune, but I do love a good mystery. I'll go investigate. After hacking 2 Liberator bots to death with my axe, I decided to tune into the radio to find something to listen to on my way to the Wayward. A funky little ditty. One I could tap my toe to. But instead, I found that the Overseer, who I thought was dead, was broadcasting something. Are my eyes playing tricks?
Broadcasting to the people of Vault 76. This is the Overseer. We need to talk, face to face. I've missed all of you, but this isn't just about a reunion. We have work to do. I'll be waiting in Sutton.
Sutton, huh? That's a few towns away, and the Wayward is just a couple of minutes walk from here. I'll go there first since it's closer. Plus, there is a mystery that is begging to be solved. The Overseer will just have to wait. As I was approaching the Wayward, I caught a glimpse of something beautiful. Rose-colored headlamp, smooth exterior plates that could be shining as bright as diamonds with just a little elbow grease. I had to find out who this fine piece of machinery belonged to.
You don't need to be afraid of Bessie. We got her at a discount since she was decommed. Only thing she puts down these days are piles of sheet metal.
Ravishing. Standing outside the Wayward, I realized something. These duds make me look like I'm in high school. There's no way I'm getting into a bar looking like this. I would have to find something a little more sophisticated. I headed back home to look through my wardrobe, but found nothing suitable. Nobody will take me seriously looking like this. I bartered with a local rowboat merchant, which didn't have much to offer. The best he had was a flannel. I hate flannels, but it will have to do. After coming to terms with the fact that I looked like a country bumpkin, I once again set out for the Wayward. Coming inside, the air was like a can of sardines. Something smelled fishy.
Lady, I will paint the walls with you if you don't tell me where Crane's treasure is right now!
Honey, you picked the wrong time to get a drink.
What are you? Hey! Who the hell are... Whoa, you looking for trouble? Because Because you're gonna find it.
Why don't you put the gun down, friend? You're outnumbered. Let's talk.
Outnumbered? Shit. Fine. But don't think this is the end.
Only for you, honey. No one pulls a gun on me in my bar. Mort, get out here.
Yeah, what, Duchess?
Jesus! You let one of those monsters in here?
Hey, you want to see if there's a tomorrow? Then I want you to tell me where you and the rest of your numbskull crew is hiding out. Mort, what was that?
After masterfully de-escalating the situation, I felt a reward was in order, but I wasn't sure the bartender would play ball. So as a proactive measure, I looted everything inside the Wayward. Then it was time to talk with Duchess.
Oh, well, not exactly the introduction to the Wayward I would have hoped for. Well, sorry about that, darling. First round's on me.
She did give me something. Oops.
Name's Duchess. There's something I could do for you.
What was that all about? He said something about a treasure.
Your guess is as good as mine, sweetheart. He busted in here saying I needed to turn over the location of some fellow named Crane, who I guess I must have served at some point or another. Since then, a steady stream of miscreants has been making my life irritating. Not exactly good for a budding business.
You looking for help dealing with these thugs?
Now that you mention it, I could use an extra pair of hands. See, that boy we put down? He's not the first of his crew to roll in here, but I want him to be the last. Normally, I'd send my people out to clean house, but my muscles run off, so I don't have the bodies to spare right now. But I'm willing to pay good money if you put an end to this for me.
What do you know about them?
Only that they want something from Crane, but I think we could use that to our advantage. That is, if you're doing this job for me.
Interesting. So a slew of scavengers have stumbled across the waste for some treasure, and this Crane fella seems to be in the middle of it all. Was he the one who made the broadcast? Perhaps finding him is the key to solving this mystery. Of course, I would do this for free. However, I can't have Duchess see this as a favor for a friend. You can never let anyone get too close in this business. How much are you paying?
50 caps if you can get the job done.
Make it 100 and we've got a deal.
75's as high as I'll go. And for that kind of money, I expect to never hear from those boys again. So, the details. Each of these boys came in asking after Crane. I'm thinking we can make that work for us. How would you grab the attention of a bunch of single-minded thugs?
You want me to pretend to be Crane, don't you?
Well, aren't you a smart cookie?
Yes.
And I think I know just how to do it.
Duchess then drew up the schematics for a crane sign that I could use to attract visitors of the treasure hunting persuasion. While she did that, I pondered some of life's deeper quandaries, such as, what is the meaning of it all? Why am I here? Is any of this actually real? What if I'm just a character in a video game, made up by some idiot behind a computer screen? And the most important topic of all, butts. After receiving the schematics from Duchess, it was time to put this plan into action, but not before saying goodbye to Bessie. I placed the sign in front of my house, then booked it to the nearest radio tower to activate the connection. A pack of squirts was waiting for me, which I axed into oblivion. Once I dealt with them and activated the transmitter connection, I ran back to camp. Time to see what kind of miscreants show up at my doorstep.
Whoa. You're not Crane. The hell's going on here?
You know Crane? He tell you anything about this treasure he found?
Crane found the treasure? Holy shit. Where is he?
What can you tell me about Crane?
Probably not much more than you. He came to Appalachia not far back, hunting for the same treasure everyone else is. Last time I saw him, he mentioned something about an abandoned storage facility he'd picked up some details on, but beyond the general, he didn't share. Now, oh shit! I've got to get over to, not here. Good luck with those guys.
Those guys? What do you mean, those guys? Oh, you mean these fellas stuck behind the sign here.
You Crane? Quite the setup you got here. So, rumor is you've got information our boss wants. You tell me where this treasure is, and he's willing to leave you alone. Scout's honor.
So it seems the last fellow ran off for good reason. These two give me the impression that they'd just as soon put a barrel between my eyes as they would shake my hand. But I know their type. Their brains are just as slow as their trigger fingers are quick. Let's see if they are as dumb as they look. I bet your name is Davy. Davy, you said you were going to help me kill this one, right?
Excuse me?
How does this jerk know your name? You're working together.
What? No! Can't you see they're full of...
It was a shot in the dark, but the trick was a smashing success. While watching the two of them fight to the death, I formulated a plot to convince the winner to leave in peace after giving me the information I needed. But then I remembered the damage they did to my house, so I killed them with my axe. While picking through his pocket, I found a poster, Crane. Last spotted, the Wayward. Sex, male. Build, middle. Dangerous, allegedly not, but be careful. First person to get him to give up the location of the treasure gets a share of the overall take. West Virginia Lumber Company. Something tells me there's a strong chance that the base of operations of these scoundrels is the West Virginia Lumber Company. Certainly a strong lead indeed. Walking back to the Wayward, I came up with a plan. I would infiltrate their hideout by posing as one of them, but I would need a better disguise. Though I was sure these violent vandals didn't have much of a fashion sense, they would see right through this old, ugly flannel. Duchess, bring me your finest flannel. I'm heading to West Virginia Lumber.
Good to know. Then that's where their boss will be. You need to go...
Wait, West Virginia lumber? That is not right. You misheard them for sure.
And that's of concern. Why, exactly?
Was wandering up that way not too far back. The lumber company? That place was overrun with a bunch of those big green bastards. Mutants. You've seen those Frankensteins. If this gang was able to clean those things out of the mill, Duchess, these guys might be tougher than advertised.
You got any recommendations on how you'd proceed?
Well, I wouldn't go in guns blazing, unless you got some big guns. Could try and luck your way inside, maybe see if they want to talk to you. But there was this family I ran into up that way that I'm sure has had to deal with them already. There was also this, let's say, special scrapper who was making some pretty bold claims about his knowledge of the mill. Wouldn't be a bad idea to check in with either of them.
Tell me about this family.
You'll find them at Anchor Farm, if these thugs haven't already run them off. But if they are still there, well, they've probably managed to work something out with them. Hey, it couldn't hurt to find out what it was.
Tell me about this scrapper.
Found him living in the stalls at Tyler County Fairground. Guy kept claiming he knew the best way to run the mutants out of the mill. But listen, I couldn't get him to spill how. Probably have a better chance he'll share what he learned with someone who still has an entire face.
2 more leads, which may give me a better chance of infiltrating their base without a shootout. This may be the more time-consuming option, but it sure beats my plan of putting on another flannel. Ugh. Equipped with more information, I headed to the family farm to ask some questions. Approaching the farm, I was growing parched. One of their Brahmin was nice enough to share some of his milk. The other, not so much. Hey, get back here and give me your milk, you son of a bitch. I encountered a farmhand who didn't seem too eager to talk.
We've been through enough trying to get here, all right? Just leave us in peace. Daniel's in charge here. Everything goes through him.
Walking inside, I saw a young girl sleeping downstairs. She was apparently having a nightmare.
You're not gonna hurt us, are you?
I found Daniel upstairs, who was looking out of the window. He seemed paranoid. Did he have something to hide?
Plenty of unclaimed space up the road. Maybe you should give it a visit.
Are you guys new to the area?
Just like everyone else. Except we like our privacy.
Heard you might have had some dealings with the gang up at West Virginia Lumber.
West Virginia No. Don't know anything about them. Now, I'd like you to leave.
We're all friends here. Just tell me what you know and I'll get out of your hair.
Fine. We worked out a deal. Supplies for protection. Gave us a password to get in. Blue Danube.
Blue Danube. Looks like I just found my ticket inside. I got what I came here for, but I didn't appreciate Daniel's rotten attitude, so I looted his entire farm. You and your stupid cow can kiss my... I now had a way inside, but it had the same hole as my original plan. They would never let me inside wearing this flannel. Dirty, disgusting piece of sh... This final lead was the end of the line. If it turned out to be a dead end, I'd have to return to Duchess empty-handed. Arriving at the Tyler County Fairgrounds, there seemed to be no signs of life. I was wrong. After killing an entire fair's load of scorched with my axe, I met Leibowitz at his camp to see if he had any useful information.
Hey, get the hell out of here!
Oh, yeah. You're not one of those creeps. You here to rob me? Well, joke's on you. Don't got nothing.
I heard you were bragging about being able to run everyone out of West Virginia lumber. How?
Ah, you talked to the well-done guy, huh? Well, I got a little trick up my sleeve. Could kill 'em all, if I wanted. But I'm not just giving it away. You gotta get me something.
And what is it you want?
Island nearby's got a big nest in it. Bring me an egg? I'll give you what I got.
What am I stealing this egg from?
Something nasty enough that I don't want to do it? Up to you, though.
What is it you're going to give me?
Government-issued astral transporter. Snagged it on my way out of the lab. Takes your physical form and drops it right into the astral plane. Makes you nearly invisible. Makes it a whole lot easier to take folks out of this world at the same time.
Seeing that his mind was clearly in a state of disarray, I knew I could outwit Leibowitz. You know, it'd be a whole lot easier to steal this thing for you if I've got one of those transporters.
I suppose there's some logic to that. Here you go.
It turned out that this astral transporter that Leibowitz mentioned was really just a stealth boy, which I already had. Out of curiosity, though, I decided to get an egg for him, because I had never seen a Deathclaw in real life. I had only heard stories. To get there, I had to swim through irradiated water. This had better be worth the trouble. I stole the egg and waited. I had the feeling that I was extremely close to a Deathclaw, but my mind apparently had been playing tricks on me. I came to the conclusion that Deathclaws, like birds, don't exist. I returned to the fairgrounds, egg in hand.
Well, hello. That is a beauty. When you're hatched, you're gonna call me Papa. Here, those are my end of the bargain. Make the most of them.
I waited for Leibowitz to hand me something, which he never did. So I looted his entire camp. I set out on this adventure looking for answers, but all I have are more questions. What is this treasure? Does this Crane fella really know where it is? And the most important question, the kind that grips your soul and keeps you up at night. Will I ever see Bessie again?